On Tuesday, October 26, Sri Lankan Foreign Minister Ali Sabri said that the Sri Lankan cabinet has approved the policy to issue free tourist visas to tourists from India, China, Russia, Malaysia, Japan, Indonesia, and Thailand with immediate effect. Now, here is an interesting question. Why Sri Lanka has taken this decision? In order to understand this, you need to know the current economic hardships of the island nation. Let's understand this with some key points. Number 1. 2019 Easter bombings. Since 2015, the Sri Lanka government's debt to GDP ratio started increasing gradually. As you can see in this picture, an excessive distribution of freebies during the election and government's failure to address the economic dangers and warnings given by the Institute of Policy Studies of Sri Lanka are the reasons behind it. However, the situation gets worse after 2019 Easter bombings, where 269 people were dead and more than 500 people were injured. Due to the attacks on tourists, the Hotel Association of Sri Lanka estimated a loss of nearly $1.5 billion in tourism earnings for the year, and also the tourist arrivals decreased gradually. Number 2. Tax cuts and money printing. In 2019, Gotabaya Rajapaksa's government made large tax cuts that affected government revenue. So, in order to manage government expenditure, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka began printing money excessively, which led Sri Lanka to an economic implosion. Number 3. The coronavirus pandemic in 2020-21. In Sri Lanka, tourism plays a significant role as it contributes over 10% of country's GDP. But as you know, the coronavirus pandemic was ravaging across the world, causing deaths and serious illness, which impacted heavily on Sri Lankan tourism and its economy as well. And number 4, the Russia-Ukraine war. It was also one of the reasons for Sri Lanka's economic crisis, as most of the tourist arrivals are from these two nations. Apart from that, the Sri Lankan anti-government protest in 2022 has further exacerbated the situation in Sri Lanka. Now you might ask why Sri Lanka is offering free visas despite its critical economic conditions. As I mentioned earlier, Sri Lanka's tourism is struggling to bounce back from these setbacks. So look at this picture. It's a list of top 10 source markets to Sri Lanka in September 2023. As you can see in this picture, India topped with over 30,000 arrivals following China and the UK respectively, and 3 out of 7 countries that were announced by Sri Lanka for free visa are in the top 5 of this list. Sri Lankan officials have said that in order to boost its tourism sector and revive the country's economy, Sri Lanka has taken this visa-free policy decision. This initiative is a pilot project and it will be on till March 31st, 2024. This is the information regarding Sri Lanka's free visa policy. I hope you have learned something new today. Thank you for watching.